I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad at that when people say that at all.
Disagree. To me, it go Forest Hills, the off season, then Bourne Center. We're sleeping on the off season.
What you say?
The off season? Are y'all sleeping?
Welcome back to the TCAT better known as the Know It All Podcast, episode 55 for y'all. Stand strong, doing big things. It's 6:10. Look, man, we're rushing this episode because I gotta watch my Orlando magic. It's that simple. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Please.
But
you don't do that.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's episode 55. This is what we do.
But while we're here, these are our personal Instagrams below. Please go ahead and follow us. Please follow us, Know It All Podcast YT. That is our group IG. Follow us on TikTok, Know It All Podcast. Follow us on YouTube, Know It All Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share with families and friends. And again, welcome to episode 55. Don's drink of the day. Tequila on the rocks. Now, I know that's weird, but I'm trying something new. So don't be alarmed. This is not all tequila. It is melted. Okay, bear with me. It's all tequila. No, it's not. Don't listen to him. He's a liar.
Also, to start, I don't know if people realize. I mean, I hope y'all realize it's been almost a year. My braces have been off almost a year now.
Has it been almost a year?
December.
Dang, that year went by fast. That went by fast. Okay,
stupid fast.
You know, we missed our year anniversary for the podcast, right?
We did.
I thought we did something for it or talked about it or something.
No.
Well, y'all to get a special episode eventually. I got something for 50, guys. Join it.
We might as well just go to 2 year because the year was August.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Anyway,
today's topic,
right?
We'll just have to do the 2 year.
3 year, 4 year, 10 year. We're gonna be doing this forever because we're gonna blow up soon. Y'all just be ready and be patient and subscribe. That too. Okay. Today's college football. Hope y'all like college football. We all love college football.
It's college football. I thought it was football in general.
No, we're just gonna do college. I mean,
dang, yeah, we should have got Justin then. He wanted to talk about this. I thought we were just doing football in general, like NFL and college.
What the hell was I saying? Oh yeah, this is a college football episode. NFL, college football, whatever. Talk about. We're gonna start off with college because that's everybody's favorite sport and it's better than NFL.
No, that's not everybody's favorite sport, but I'll let you have that part.
So I'm just gonna name off the rankings because everybody should know. Wait, Matt, hold on. Let me make sure my sound. Well, let's slow today, people. Bear with us. Good enough. Let's go. So we're gonna go through the rankings. We're gonna talk about how the college football playoffs will be set up. It started today. I'm gonna try to find and pull that up too. But right now it's Oregon, Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, in this order specifically. Texas, Miami, overrated. Tennessee, LSU, Clemson, Iowa State, overrated. BYU, Notre Dame, trash. Indiana, who's really good. Texas A&M, who's really good. Alabama is absolute garbage. Kansas State, Boise State, Heisman winning running back. Ole Miss, Pittsburgh, who's actually really good this year. Illinois, who's really good this year. Missouri, who's good, but I feel like underwhelming. SMU, Army and Navy, and Vanderbilt. My 3 favorite teams so far this year. Outside of mine, obviously.
I was very surprised at Army and Navy. I'm not going to cap you.
That's my favorite part of the season so far. I'm not even going to lie. Army and Navy, if they stay undefeated until they play each other, that's going to be hilarious. And one could possibly make the playoffs, which would be even funnier.
That's true.
But
we got the bracket, ladies.
Yeah, 12 teams. I can't wait. I mean, Boise State, if they win out, they're going to get that last spot. But
yeah.
I mean, right now it's competitive. Oregon's ranked 1. Georgia back to number 2 after pretty much dog walk in Texas. Penn State's at 3, surprisingly. I mean, they really haven't played too much competition yet. They still got to play Ohio State. We know how that normally goes. We have to wait to see that matchup. Texas, like I said, just got dog walked. Miami's highly overrated. Should have lost by 3 games by now. Tennessee's really good. Their best opponent was Oklahoma so far, and trash. LSU's good. Clemson, like I said, the top 9 teams.
What you mean they beat Bama?
Who?
Tennessee.
They beat Bama?
Yes.
Oh, that was last week. I forgot.
Yeah, they beat Bama. Bama 5-2.
I mean, but Bama's mid this year, though. I mean, they're still Bama, but is it the same Bama? Nick Saban Bama?
Of course it's not. Of course it's not Nick Saban Bama, but I mean, I would still say Bama is still a threat.
Bama should have lost to Georgia. Georgia folded that game. Georgia should have came back and finished that off. They should have lost to Georgia. They lost to who's the other mother lost? Tennessee and Vanderbilt. Lost to Vanderbilt.
Oh, they got
so
3.
Bama should really have 3 losses. They completely overrated. Georgia don't completely choke that game or like try to come back last minute. They easily win that game. Georgia now will dominate them, unfortunately, but it would beat them down.
They lost to Vanderbilt. That's crazy. They choked Vanderbilt.
Matter of fact, speaking, I want to talk about
wasn't that right after they had beat Georgia?
That game? Yeah, that was the week right before. Well, no, it was the week after.
Georgia, right?
Vanderbilt was the week after Georgia.
After Georgia.
So it was just so weird. It was like, what are we doing?
The same energy that Georgia had facing them. They thought they were bigger.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You're 100% right. That's the only thing that happened like that.
Well, I think Georgia just came out sleepwalking against them. I think they just had a really bad start. Because they didn't do it against nobody else so far. I think they just had a really bad start and never. I mean, they recovered towards the end, but it was a little too late then.
Carson Beck.
So how we feel about
absolute trash?
How we feel about Kansas State this year?
Kansas State, they only lost to BYU, and BYU's undefeated, which helps. And I think Kansas. Hold on, I was looking at Kansas.
Kansas State, Oklahoma State, number 16,
Arizona. Okay,
they've played some really good opponents, but I mean their best opponent is BYU so far. Mm-hmm. Outside of BYU, their schedule's kind of weak, and they don't play nobody else tough until they play Iowa State. Mm-hmm. So I mean, for them to make the playoffs, obviously they got to win the conference, which they have to win out to do that. They got to beat Iowa State, and then potentially play BYU. No, they have to play BYU again.
They have to play BYU again.
If BYU win out.
Yeah, BYU gonna win out.
I mean, it's a lot of good teams. This is fun because there's 12 teams this year instead of the same old 4 and get boring after the year. So now we got 12, and then it's always that one random team that can sneak in. Everybody's saying Boise State. It could be Army and Navy for all we know. Anybody can legit sneak into that last spot. I would love for it to be one of those 2 teams.
I think it's gonna be both of them. I think they both gonna find a way in.
So
they play each other. Never mind.
So I got 2 questions then. One, how are we feeling about your Clemson Tigers?
I'm completely confident. That Georgia loss was a wake up call that they completely needed. We don't play nobody for the rest of the season. We got Pittsburgh. That's our next toughest game at Pittsburgh, who's ranked 19. That's undefeated. That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, 19.
We still got to go Virginia Tech. I know they're not having the best year, but I'm not going to sleep at Virginia Tech, and they're home.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of our games are home. We got Louisville at home, who should have beat Miami, but I'm going to let that go. Citadel, who cares? And then South Carolina's a rivalry game, so they're always going to come strong for that one. South Carolina's actually good this year, though. Not going to lie. Like, there ain't no pushover this year. So
yeah, they are.
I'm still confident in the schedule, though. It's just that Pittsburgh game and Virginia Tech. I'm confident we're going to win, but it's not just going to be some walk in there and beat them down and go home. Pittsburgh's going to fight hard because they want that. They're trying to win the conference. They're undefeated. So
yeah, and so what do we feel like?
for Heisman, by the way. Sorry, I just had to. I know he's not going to win it, but he's top 3 right now. So
who?
Our quarterback.
Oh, okay. How do we feel about Washington this year? They're not in the top 25, but.
Well, when they lost their quarterback, their coach, star receivers, they lost a lot. So I wasn't expecting them to go into the Big Ten and dominate. I just wasn't expecting them to be this bad. Same with USC. I wasn't expecting USC to go into the Big Ten and just absolute dominate. I was expecting them to be decent. They got a great head coach who can't coach defense.
I mean, they just had a good run last year. So
who USC?
Washington.
USC had Caleb Williams. So
Washington, though.
It was good.
I'm talking about Washington.
Yeah, Washington got lucky. They should have lost to Texas, but
yeah.
Let me slide back. Hold on. Can we get kind of everywhere? Let me. Woo.
Yeah, we can. I just wanted to talk about a lot of the different teams that some are in the top 25, some are not. But I mean, who do y'all want to necessarily start with? Like, what do y'all think is pressing? Oh, Penn State.
Yes, sir. I want to talk about Penn State. I mean, no disrespect, but y'all ain't played nobody.
We ain't say
went to West Virginia. Well, I tell you that. I played Illinois. Good team. Illinois is a good team.
I was about to say they only got 1 loss. And
I was going to say Illinois is 20.
They beat Michigan.
Let's talk about it though. Y'all
daddies Nebraska.
Y'all know what time it is. It's Ohio State time. Can y'all do it for once? It's time.
You remember what you said last year?
Hey, chill.
Remember what you said last year? That's what I'm gonna say.
Hey, all I gotta say is Tyler Warren should be on the Heisman list. The best tight end in the nation right now. He is the best tight end in the nation.
Heisman worthy though.
Yes,
I don't know.
Best tight end in the nation.
he is. It's Tyler Warren.
Best tight end.
I mean, Penn State is good as always. I'm not gonna lie, they're always good. I just want to see if they can beat Ohio State.
It's just y'all can never get over. Y'all can never get over the hump. That's the only.
I want to see if James Franklin can coach.
If he beats Ohio State, I won't say nothing else. If he can't beat them, then he got to go. Like, how many years is that he hasn't beat
I will
them?
give him this, though. He has beat them before.
When was the last time he beat Ohio State?
That was like I went around when he first got there to Penn State.
Okay, so when do we talked a lot about this with basketball, but when do we I actually kind of know Terrence's answer. Terrence, and it's not like I disagree with the answer solely, but Terrence puts a lot of pressure on coaches, as especially football, as should. So coordinators, whatever the case. We know basketball and football are a little bit different when it comes to that. Basketball is more intimate. You have less, you get what I mean. So, but when are we just going to talk about just people or recruiting classes maybe just don't want to go to Penn State, they want to go to Ohio State?
You're not wrong.
I would give you that, but Penn State's a gigantic school, gigantic facility.
Ohio State is Ohio State, though.
I know Ohio State's a bigger school, but at some point, your players have to show up, which they do. I'm not saying they don't, but you have to be a better coach. Like, I'm hiring you, first of all, to knock down the bigger teams, Ohio State, Michigan, the teams that's always dominating the Big Ten. I'm expecting you to.
You're not getting 5-star, 4 stars.
One thing I want to correct Terrence on is it's not the players have to step up. You had Saquon Barkley, for God's sake. You had Allen Robinson III. You had your boy from the Cowboys.
Who?
Micah Parsons.
Oh yeah.
Like that year we had Micah Parsons was the year we really should have beat them. But no, we want to start.
When is when though?
Huh?
Like when is there gonna? I'm not Penn State fan. I just want to know from Penn State fans in general, when is it going to be time to let him go? If he can't do it this year, is it time? Because it's like, how much more leeway is he going to get?
You only won one time against them. You got to go.
And y'all ducking. Y'all don't have Michigan this year, so if you don't beat Ohio, if I'm a Penn State fan and y'all don't beat Ohio State this year, James Franklin got to go. Or if you don't beat Ohio State, at least make the Big Ten championship game and win that. Win me something. And then maybe we can rethink it later. But it's at some point, because if I'm as a Clemson fan, if Dabo couldn't get the job done versus Florida State and all the other teams,
and if we don't beat Ohio State,
yeah, it's true. Because if Ohio State went out, it'll be them and Oregon again. If both of them went out, so y'all have to win this game next week, which is tough.
We play Wisconsin next week, which still we gotta. We played them at their house, so yeah, we got to win that. And Ohio State, if we do that back to back, we're gonna be playing. We're gonna have that number 2 seed.
Well, I mean, Purdue ain't the best, but they ain't no pushover. So
okay, so my bad. I was texting Jaden. So let me go back. I guess I don't know. I feel like let's take Colorado for example. They got that supposed to be best. What is he, linebacker or something? I think he's still in high school or something, but he's supposed to be transferring to Colorado or going to Colorado. Or is he transferring? I have to find it. I just now thought about it, so that's why I didn't pull it back up. And we all know why he's going. He wants to play with Prime, obviously. Travis Hunter will probably be gone by the time anyway. Actually, maybe all of them probably be gone. Y'all think
Travis Hunter
Shador is going to the draft?
Yeah, they say he's the best quarterback. I don't believe it, but
he's a senior.
Oh, he's a senior? Okay.
He's not the best quarterback in the nation. I don't know where they get that nonsense from.
But look, we're talking about personnel. We're talking about
Buddy from
he's not the best. I don't even want to actually
I think Buddy from Oregon is.
He's not the best quarterback.
Gabriel?
Yeah.
Gabriel's really good.
Gabriel's
best. Oh, best. There's so many good quarterbacks.
He got a better arm, personally, me.
Like, I'm talking about going into the draft. I ain't saying he's the best.
Quentin,
in my opinion, in the nation right now, he is. He's not the best. I don't know.
Oh, we're talking in the nation. I'm taking my quarterback. I don't care what nobody say.
No,
so
look, I got the best quarterback.
We're sleeping on Drew Aller. So
Penn State?
Yeah.
You gotta beat Ohio State first. Beat Ohio. I'll take bro. When y'all beat Ohio State, I will take y'all serious. Until y'all do that, I can't. Until you, that's another thing about the James Franklin, bro. Until he beats the top dogs, he got to go. I don't understand when you get hired as a coach, you got to beat your rivals. That's like Georgia losing to Florida every year.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like that, Georgia and Florida. Well, Florida, that's fair. I guess in this situation, Florida would be Penn State, and then Georgia would be Ohio State. But like, when are we going to talk about people? Maybe we need to have different recruiting strategies. Maybe we need to have different reaches to get to these people that we want to get over that hump. I just don't see that happening. Like, that's just all it is. Like, when people, especially 4 or 5 stars recruits, when they come into college, they're not thinking about being there until their juniors. They're thinking about one and done most of the time, or at least a sophomore year to get on. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know.
But I go back to Ohio State too. I feel the same way about Ryan Day. You got all this talent coming in every year, transfers coming in left and right, and you can't get a championship.
Even if they stay, of course, if they're in for 4 years, they're not thinking about, oh, I should go here to play for the 4 years. They're thinking about going at a powerhouse school so they can have draft stock, so they can go somewhere.
You literally this year has the best recruiting class, including transfer portals. You should be undefeated right now.
Who are you talking about?
Ohio State.
Wait, we're
talking about Penn State, though. No, I'm talking about Penn State.
Ohio State. Yeah, Penn State. I think it's more because.
And I'm not saying that's necessarily anyone's fault. That's just me saying I don't think people think of Penn State as the other powerhouses, even though we know that is one of the powerhouses, obviously, but I just think when people are thinking about going into the NFL, they're thinking about the Oregons, the Bamas, the Georgia, like those teams, so they can have better, higher draft stock so they get into the draft, so they can go somewhere.
We can't beat Ohio State. That's
not the only reason, though. I just think recruiting is just y'all are just not always the team that people think about.
That plays a big factor in recruiting.
Well, yeah, winning does matter in college football.
It
matters for recruiting.
I feel like coaching is the main problem, because that does involve recruiting. But I feel like winning and beating Ohio State is a part of it as well.
It has to be. That's priority, like top 3 priority. You have to win games.
Like think about it.
Championships, obviously, but
think about it. I'm a 5-star, the best QB in the nation. Oh yeah, I'm about to go to Penn State. You gonna say congratulations, but you gonna talk trash. Oh, you about to lose to Penn State Ohio State every year.
Yeah, but it's different factors that play into recruit. Some players like stay close to home. Some people want to be far. Some people want the brand deals. Some people want the. This is just a bunch of stuff to go into the academic stuff.
Like aren't they changing that rule? Aren't they changing the rule for you don't have to go for a full 4 years now for college? Isn't that supposed to be getting changed?
No, you still got to go at least 3.
I thought it was talks about being changed. No, or maybe that was basketball going back to it. Straight out of high school.
Yeah, it's basketball. Football, you get killed. They should never allow that.
Oh, okay. I mean, I agree. Winning matters, obviously. I just think if you're not going to get these 4 or 5-star recruits because they have their eyes on a bigger school by name, not always by talent. We're looking at Bama right now. By name, they're still a school that everybody thinks about, but they're not going to always. They haven't been the best in the last, personally, 2 or 3 years. So
that's also conference.
I don't fear Bama like I used to fear them, truly. So I just don't think some people just think about those not middle tier like if we're doing a tier like A tier team instead of S tier. So it makes sense like ranking wise. I would put Penn State there, and Ohio State would be S.
Are we talking about the brand?
Brand, yes, brand.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because if we're talking about brand in college football, it's Ohio State, Georgia, Bama, and we're talking about S tier right now.
Oregon, no. Oregon, not S tier?
No. College football branding, flip no. So Ohio State, we talking about branding.
What do you mean by branding?
I mean,
we're talking about name, names, and no. We're talking history, name.
Oregon is S tier.
We're talking about history, name, blue collar schools. No, bro.
History.
That's Bama. All that plays a factor into like tradition. All that matters in college. I swear, bro.
Uniform alone.
No. Oregon is not, bro. Oregon is A tier. A tier. I promise you, that's not an S tier school.
So you put Oregon and Penn State together?
Yes. I would put Penn State ahead of Oregon. We talking about history and tradition and all that.
Okay.
All that matters if we talking about strictly trying to get a recruit to come through that door. I know you NIL, you pay them all that stuff too.
No. We're talking about. I'm not even talking about NIL. I'm talking about strictly like 4 or 5 star recruit coming straight out of high school going to these teams.
I mean,
That's
both
what I'm
of them
talking
schools
about.
can get you into the NFL. So we talking from that standpoint. What difference it make? If both can get you pro.
But what do you have a likely better chance of getting at? That's what I'm saying. Those
They
other
both in the same.
schools.
The conferences matter.
Schools.
That's why
Yeah.
Oregon ran their ass to the Big Ten because it matters. Big Ten and SEC are the biggest conferences right now. That's why Oregon or USC, Washington, all them schools ran their ass over there because they knew what time it was. That's why I said Penn State will always have the advantage because they were already there, built the culture, built all this other stuff. That's why I would put Penn State not in the S tier school, but I would put them in A tier or along with Oregon. If I had to name all the S tier schools right now, I mean, I just matter if I go by ranking, I would put Oregon A, Georgia S, Penn State A, Ohio State S, Texas A, Miami B only because of their resurgence right now.
Yeah, B.
Tennessee.
Where do you put Florida now? Florida now. I know what Florida used to be back then, but what is Florida now?
They still got the history and tradition and all the championships. I would still put them A. I wouldn't.
You would still put them A, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't put them no lower. It's still Florida. I know it's.
It's still
winning
Florida
right now, but
yeah.
It's
well,
still
we just talked about winning mattering, right? Well, winning still matters regardless of it, and the history and all those things play a role. So that part I don't disagree with. I just think when you're a high school 4 or 5 star recruit, I don't think that you're completely sold on history. You're sold on I want to go to this team because that team might have a better chance of me getting to where I want to be. Although we know football has way more draft and rounds than basketball. But that's just my personal opinion. That's what I wanted to get y'all take on, kind of like Penn State or how their recruiting is, or how it could be better, or how all the other things can be compared to Ohio State or Georgia or all these other things. Like maybe some people are only thinking about going to those kind of S-tier marketing and branding schools. The history makes sense, yeah, but maybe I don't think people are thinking about the history. That's just completely my honest take on it. I don't think wide receivers and all these are thinking about, oh yeah, I want to go there for the history. They're going there because they know it means something. They're going there because of the fans. They're going there because of how hype the school is, which all goes into branding.
I would say that it's not every player, but I would say some players.
Not every, but I genuinely think 70%.
Like the quarterback from Nebraska. Yeah, is it Nebraska? Yeah. I think grandfather went there.
Oh, you talking about Pat Mahomes?
Pretty much. Might as well be Mini Mahomes. Too bad they just got rocked the other day. And anybody get killed this weekend.
Yeah, I ain't see them losing this many games. That's crazy.
So Terrence, you believe that history? So you believe history and all these other things make people make that decision to go to a certain school?
Well, first things, if we're talking about going to school, I would hope your academics would be the first thing you're going to school for. Let's just be real, especially football. You're going to be there 3 years, so you might as well learn something while you're at the most. That's number one. Number two, I feel like branding and history matters. Maybe it's just our generation when we was growing up.
I think it mattered more. I think it mattered more than now. I don't think people are thinking about history now.
Yeah, because
personally,
I mean, you still got some of the.
There's no incentive. There's no incentive to, especially with transfer portal. There's no incentive to think about history. You can go to a school and not like them and go.
Yes, it is if you got a family tradition.
I don't think so.
I mean, that's why I say every player is different. I guess you got to look at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not speaking on this. Would just be everyone. I'm not speaking on that. But I mean,
like it should matter. Like Bama's history, like they're not winning right now. But Bama's history alone.
But Bama is still Bama. Exactly.
And you also got to factor in these
not
kids,
just this decade,
but going to their favorite school.
I mean, Bama has deep history. Not like you said, not even in our decade either. They have deep history. I'll give them that. But I don't think there is no incentive to think about history now. It's not. Unless you have family tradition, there's always going to be exceptions to the rule. But I don't think there's not an incentive to say, oh, I got to be a Bama for 3 or 4 years. If you don't like it, you can go somewhere else because you can transfer.
Talking about modern day football, if we're talking about me, I would still pick Penn State over Oregon. I mean, I know it sounds stupid. Maybe I don't know. I mean, if kids,
I just think most people wouldn't. That's all I'm saying. I just think most people wouldn't. Not because
also got to fit the style though. Think about the coach's style and how they coach. Like somebody might run a multi-style offense. They want to go there. Somebody might run a style offense. Somebody coach got that. Kirby Smart run a coach style. I think I would Kirby Smart run, but Dabo run like a spread offense. Somebody might want to go there. So it just depends on that too. That matters too.
It depends. It depends on that. But that's why I was bringing that up to kind of spark a conversation on like yeah, we can say Penn State can do this to get over the hump of Ohio State. But when are we going to say maybe the recruiting is not as what we want it to be because we have Ohio State, we have this, we have that, and that doesn't even go for Penn State. It goes for other teams too. So that's why I said like I want to spark the conversation. Well, when do we talk about how maybe it could be recruiting? Just off branding and name alone, maybe people don't want to go to Penn State. They'd rather go to Ohio State. They'd rather go to a Georgia. They'd rather go to a Bama. They'd rather go to all the other teams.
Well, I mean, when you rank 15th in the nation for recruiting, and look at it now, Penn State was ranked 15th. That's not bad. Like that's not 15 bad, out of 100 plus schools.
That's elite. I'm not saying they're not elite. But where's Ohio State at? Where's Ohio State at?
Ohio State is number 5. They behind Miami.
I think Oregon, that's a huge jump. When we're talking about college football, we're not talking about NFL. When we're talking about college football, a recruiting class from 15 to 5 is a huge jump in my book.
Yeah, but a recruiting class might not matter when Oklahoma ranked 8 and they ain't even ranked right now.
That's true.
Notre Dame's 9, which they're Notre Dame. Their history speaks for itself. Auburn was ranked 10. They're terrible.
That's true.
We rank 11. This is from last year's. This is from this year's from recruiting. This year.
You mean this year before the season started?
Yeah. Florida State is 12 on here, and they're dog water. Florida suck. Tennessee's good, and then Penn State. Like just name like 4 teams that's in front of Penn State, and they're not even ranked right now. So that's why I said recruiting matters. I mean, from you want to talk fan standpoint, they want to talk trash, or
and fit matters too, because you can have the argument that they had these recruits, and it's not fitting as they would have pan out too. So that matters.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot that goes into it. That's a multi-layered kind of conversation. But I hope you guys get it done this year, though.
We will.
Something to say.
Well, it's at home. I would hope y'all finally get one at the house. Like, it's not like y'all got to go to Columbus. It'd be different. Y'all at home. And it need to be a whiteout, too. It better be a whiteout.
I'm sure it will be, right?
Oregon won in Columbus.
No, they was at home. I watched the whole game. They was at home. And they barely won that one. They finished it off. I'm not mad at them, but they finished the job. I think Ohio State would beat them if they played them again. I think Ohio State would actually finish the job next time, but
that's not going to happen because they're going to lose to us.
I would like to see it. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Do we believe Oregon is deserving of top school?
Yeah, yes. Right now, yeah. They beat Ohio State.
They beat arguably the best college right now in the nation. When it comes to recruiting and every other factor, they beat arguably the best team.
Well, if we talking about play on the field, Georgia's still number 1. I hate to say it, but they're still the best team in football right now. I mean,
they beat themselves too much for me.
It's hard for me to. It's hard to vote against them.
Where do y'all have the Georgia quarterback?
Oh, he's trash. Overall, he's garbage. Their defense is elite. The receiver, his team is elite. He's
coming in. I had him top 3.
Where do you have him now? Because I know he has mixed reviews on that.
He has dropped to top 10, 15 actually, maybe.
You can name 14 other quarterbacks better.
That's why I said maybe.
No, absolutely no. I don't think he's that bad. Maybe top 5-ish. I would still probably put like bottom 5.
You just said he's trash, but he's top 5?
He's top 10. He's top 10.
I would say 5. I don't think there's 10 quarterbacks.
How's he trash at top 5?
I think I could name 5.
He's having an awful year. I mean, I don't mean he's trash like he's awful. Okay, he's just a bad year.
That's why I was confused. I was like, I don't think he's trash.
He's had a bad few stretch of games. He played like garbage against Bama, and he played like garbage against Texas. His defense really saved them.
Like, I don't know. That tight end, what, Brock Bowers they had last year? It's really starting to show. Exactly. It's really starting to show.
But it's a team this year. They ain't really been themselves, though. Like, this team isn't as strong as the past 3 teams that they had. Them past 2 championships they had was dominance. This team is not as strong. Like, running back is great. Trevor Etienne is amazing. But the receiving core, all that I've been watching, bro. I watch college football religiously, bro. It's like they're not as strong as they normally are. This is the weakest Georgia team I've seen in like the past 5-6 years, easily. Yeah, but they still halfway better than everybody else. That's the scary part. Like
that's how elite they were. That just goes to show you that's how elite they were.
I just don't see nobody beating them in the conference. They're gonna win at the conference championship again, walk into the playoffs. Hopefully, don't win the whole thing, but I just don't see nobody beating them in the conference. I mean, they beat Texas down. Tennessee, that's possibly, crazy. But they got to go to Georgia, so I don't see how that's going to work. LSU, if they meet in the conference championship.
Cheat Bama back in it.
I hope not. Oh, Bama, bro, 2 losses, which it's not like disastrous, but to get that, because you gotta, if
You
they don't
can't
win the
lose. You
conference,
can't lose again if
If
you're
they
Bama
beat
though.
LSU,
You can't lose again if you're Bama.
Bama got to win out. They have
You
to.
can't
There's
lose
no
again.
way.
You can't lose again.
They still got Missouri,
Yeah.
which is a good team, which
Yep.
made that bit home. Then they got to go to LSU the following game. And then they still got Auburn, who's always tricky for them. Like, it's not like they're just going to run over Auburn. They might,
You
but
can't lose again, honestly, if you're Bama.
they can't.
it's a grind. I like the way this new college football players are set up because it's the
It's actually really interesting.
And that's why I wanted to go to. That's why I said I think Georgia's going to win the SEC. I think it's either going to be Oregon, Penn State, or Ohio State to win the Big Ten. We're going to come down to those 3. Maybe somebody else will surprise me. I highly doubt it. But it's going to be those 3, or maybe Indiana come the heck out of nowhere. Who knows? I doubt it. They having a great run right now, but I don't see them beating the Big 3. Then you got the Big 12.
Yeah.
They literally played nobody.
Well, yeah, that's true. They ain't playing nobody.
They beat Nebraska.
Illinois could still sneak in there. I mean, it's anything possible, but I don't see nobody beating the top 3 I just named.
Oh, they play Ohio State though.
In Columbus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one. Who
So how
the
do
Big 12?
Yeah, Big 12.
That's hella competitive right now with BYU, Iowa State, Kansas State. That's stupid competitive. And then the ACC is just us and Miami.
Yeah.
Right. Well, not to the band. Pittsburgh too is still competitive. And
Where's Pittsburgh at?
19.
Oh, 19. Okay.
Oh, and SMU. SMU is also ranked 22. Anything is possible, bro. Anything. We don't have to play none of them. We play Pittsburgh, and we got to take care of Virginia Tech on the road. And I would assume we can close out the season at home versus South Carolina, Citadel, and Louisville. I don't see us struggling with the home games. I don't see us struggling with Pittsburgh. I think we go in there and do what we do. But I said this 12-team playoff is perfect because also it gives that little one team a small chance, a little small.
You don't think you'll struggle with Pittsburgh at all?
I'm not gonna say they're gonna go in there and cakewalk it, but I think we should take care of business. Elite defense as always. As long as Kate Klubnik keep doing what he's doing, he's played great all year. Why struggle now?
That's fair.
First of all, I think Florida State, even with half capacity, the crowd they had because they revamping their stadium is louder than Pittsburgh. Just being honest.
I mean, we need to talk about the downfall of them. I mean,
I love it.
I mean, I know you do.
Absolutely love it. I hate Florida State.
That's just like from the year they had.
But they lost a lot of talent.
I know they did. I didn't expect it to start like that though. To be like how it is now.
When they lost to Georgia Tech, I was jumping up and down. I was so happy.
I was like, "What? That is crazy."
And then they just proceed to free fall. I said, "Good God!" They just
that was the peak right there. It went real bad from there.
No, that was just the peak.
So how we feel about Arch Manning?
Actually, I'm glad you brought this up. I like Arch Manning. I still don't think he's QB1. I still think Arch Manning deserves that spot. Not Arch Manning. Quinn Ewers, that's still his spot. I don't see why fans are trying to get him, throw him out the door.
It's the name.
That fast? Like,
it's the name.
Arch Manning did the exact same thing Quentin Ewers did when he walked in that game versus Georgia. Nothing. They both play like garbage. The whole team played like garbage. Like, you thought you was going to throw Arch Manning in there versus Georgia? It's not going to work. I mean, I'm not mad at the coach for trying to switch it up, but it's not like Quentin Ewers was. He wasn't having the best game. He didn't have the best game, but I don't.
He should have played it out. He should have played it out.
Yeah, then they had the nerve. I think they put him back in the game. So I'm like, well, why are you switching? Like, coach, what are you doing? You just got to beat. Hold a L like we did. We got smacked as a Clemson fan. I will admit they smacked us, but it's cool because they have resurgence and we bounced back.
And sometimes you need that to wake up.
Don't get a rematch, so they good.
So what do y'all have him? Oh, go ahead. Finish that thought. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say for us, just win the ACC. That's all I care about. Finish the schedule.
Well, y'all should do that.
Beat Miami and get a bye week. That's it. Y'all should do that. I don't want to have to worry about them playing on the road game in the playoffs on the road game. Trying to deal with none of that. Just do what we do, what we've been doing. Double the ACC. No, we'll play them. We don't play them until if we meet up in the conference championship. And bro, Miami's been playing like garbage.
Y'all gonna have to play them at home for the ACC, ain't you?
I mean, that'll pretty much be a home game for us at that point. So we own that stadium at this point. But
so what do you?
We can talk about Miami in a minute.
Cam Ward.
Yeah. So what do y'all? Let me ask this. What do y'all have Manning ranked? You have him top 20 for quarterbacks?
I mean, he's a backup.
He's a backup. I mean, I think it's a good conversation to have considering the name, obviously.
His body of work is cool for what he's done, but he's always came in for garbage time. And then the team he did start against when Quentin Ewers was out.
Yeah.
It wasn't like some big school. It was just some random no name. He came in through for a good 400, 500 yards. But I wasn't impressed. It was nobody. Maybe next year when Quentin Ewers is gone and then he really get that starter spot.
He'll be able to shine more.
Yeah, I can see what he made of then, but I'm not a believer right now. No disrespect to him. He's good, talented, stupid athletic. But I'm not sold until he gets full starter minutes. I'm not sold on Texas either. I thought it was going to. I had him win the championship this year, but Georgia proved me otherwise.
Yeah, and me and you both had Texas coming out. So, yeah.
Again, they can still get back and get their rematch. But if you couldn't beat them at home,
man,
you think you're going to come to Atlanta and beat them?
Oh, no.
That's a home game for Georgia. So, and I don't see Georgia losing for the rest of the year. They only had their one loss. Maybe Tennessee can get them. Highly doubt it because Georgia be at home. Just schedule is pretty. Oh, Ole Miss. They still got Ole Miss.
I don't trust Beck. He already choked twice.
If somebody get him, it'll be Ole Miss. He did because it's defense.
So let's go ahead and go to Miami then.
Well, you want me to start? I can do this all day.
Yeah, go ahead.
Most overrated team in college football. I get it. The goal is to win, survive. I'm not mad at that. They've been doing just that.
I was gonna say they've been doing just that. I mean, can we get on Miami about it for the teams that they should have lost to that they didn't?
Hey, you want to know what's funny? I feel like they're gonna treat Miami like how they did Florida State.
If they should have lost to Virginia Tech, that should have been an L. The referees hold them. They should have lost to California. California absolutely choked that game. Louisville should have won last week, but Louisville choked it. That's 3 losses, but that's 3 close games that should have been close. California's mid. Louisville is supposed to be this ranked team to start the year off, and they don't completely fell off. And then Virginia Tech, like I said, they're not the best, but their quarterback is really good. Their offense is, I guess, good, but the quarterback is really good, and they sure lost that game. I have no faith in them. The rest of their schedule is trash. Like, they got Florida State, they're going to kill them because who hasn't? They got Duke, who should be a solid game. Georgia Tech on the road. They got to come here. That should be Georgia Tech ain't no pushover, but they probably win that one. Wake Forest is trash. And then Syracuse. I think Syracuse might be that sleeper team to upset them, but I highly doubt it. Mm-hmm. I hope Miami win out. I want them to win out because that way, if we play them, I hope we beat them by 90. Just to expose how they're overrated. Cam Ward is amazing. He's not going to win a Heisman because of Boise State running back, but he's amazing. He's a top 5 quarterback and for draft purposes. But Miami's overrated. Their defense is non-existent. Like, you're giving up 30 to 40 points a game. How are you supposed to sustain that? You're not going to win championship like that. And defense win championships. And there's nowhere in the hell a defense giving up 30 points, 45 points to Louisville. They gave up 45 to Louisville, 38 to California, 34 to Virginia Tech, and then the rest of them was trash games like Ball State, Florida A&M, South Florida. They did what they're supposed to do against them teams.
Yeah,
we think they're gonna do when they play us. Offense elite this year. Defense is always elite.
And I wanted to talk about it because I think that's what scares me the most. Like, are they undefeated right now and ranked? Yes. Have they should have lost some games and teams choked? Yes. At the same time, that shouldn't go against them because they were able to finish the games out whether we thought they should have won them or not. But once you start getting deeper into the season and you make the playoffs, let's just say they do, it's gonna get tricky. I think they would not be prepared.
All them close games will cost you eventually. Like, eventually, you keep playing these close games, you're going to get caught up. Ask Georgia. They know. They let Bama hang around the whole time. They let Bama dominate. They try to linger in last minute, and you got caught. Ohio State did the same thing with Oregon. Let Oregon hang around, even though it was close again the whole time. Oregon finished the deal. That's how it works. You can't let teams linger around all season, and you expect to play an elite team, elite defense like us. I'm not saying we're going to cakewalk them. I think we're going to beat them, but I don't think we're going to dominate because Cam Ward is Cam Ward. He's going to do what he do, but you're not going to beat an elite defense, another team like us with sloppy play like they've been playing all year. Eventually, it's going to catch up with you. You might slip up before us, for all we know.
I agree.
Like I said, I don't think we perfect because Pittsburgh's a hell of a team. I think it's going to be a good matchup, but
I think it's going to be a really good game. Personally,
I just don't see nobody beating us. Again, Pittsburgh could slightly beat us, which would hurt us conference-wise, but I hope not. I don't know. It's a good season. It's a lot of good teams, bro. All these teams that need are really good.
I'm ready for the rest of the season in the playoffs for sure. Like, I'm going to be tuned in to everybody.
And then you got LSU. The only loss was the USC. I mean, USC's trash. like super duper whammy ultra mega. I can't think of it. They're just garbage. But it's a good season. Like I said, Oregon, Georgia, Miami, and Iowa State would, if this playoff started now, they would get the top 4 seeds if it started now. And then all the other teams would get to have to go to like the first round, which would be fun matchups, by the way. But
Okay.
I think I said, yeah, I meant Penn State, not Ohio State. But yeah, the whole season got to play out. It's gonna be a fun season. I can't wait to see how it works. But yeah, I'm ready for it. I hope we can do our thing, win out. I hope Penn State beat Ohio State, knock their ass out the way. That'd be 2 losses, get them out of here. And
yeah,
the whole season just hopefully Miami. I want them to win out, but I want them to lose because they just overrated. But it is what it is. Listen here, y'all can call me a hater. I could care less. Y'all ain't been relevant since 2000. Get off us. We've been winning the ACC for over the past decade. I ain't trying to hear none of that. So while we've been winning championships, y'all been trying to get a good recruiting class. I don't like no ACC team. I would never cheer for a team in our conference. I won't do it.
I mean, you're not supposed to. I don't think so.
But
so I think that's a good transition. Let's go ahead and talk about pro NFL. How are we feeling about
the Cowboys?
Please,
absolute garbage.
Please,
absolute garbage.
There's nothing to talk about.
I love it.
There's nothing to talk about.
They got smacked by the Lions. We're gonna talk about it. They got killed. Dak sucks. Zeke is old man. Jerry Jones needs to just let it go because they don't know what he got going on. He's an old man.
That game was abysmal, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That game was crazy. That game was crazy. I was looking at it, I was like, bro, what is going on right now?
First of all, I picked the Lions to win the Super Bowl this year, so they doing exactly what I predicted. Also, my Chargers are trash. What else new?
The Chiefs are the only undefeated team left. My Eagles are 4-2. We're behind Washington.
Really good team this year, by the way.
Crazy.
Let me just make this quick because nothing's new. My Panthers are still bad. I think I looked at the power rankings yesterday. We went down more. Didn't think that was possible. So we're the second worst team power ranking wise. I think the worst team is the Patriots.
How the hell are the Patriots worse than y'all?
I don't know. That's how the power rankings got it.
Because they don't got no QB.
I'm gonna double check. I think it's the Patriots then us.
Yeah, they're 1-6. Nah, you sleeping on Cleveland and Tennessee.
Oh, Cleveland sucks. Deshaun Watson just got hurt. He wasn't playing good anyway, but now he hurt. It's over. He to retire, but he ain't focused on the game no more.
Let me see the power.
We can be honest.
The AFC. Turn your. Turn your cam off. Can you kick him and then bring him back?
Turn your camera off, my friend. Turn your camera off. Put on froze
if he
on
can
us.
Hear you.
I don't know if he can hear us or not, but he blacked out right now. But what was he saying?
Actually, so I was wrong. We are dead last. I thought the Patriots were ranked 32. We got 32. They're 31. But we're both 1-6.
Well, I've already made that assumption with the Panthers. Until the owner sells that team, y'all forever be dog water.
And we had that conversation.
Bryce Young, I don't want to call him trash.
It's a confidence thing now. I don't think that people are completely sold on him. And do I think he has more work to do? Of course. But I think where you're placed and how it fits really matters, especially if you're a quarterback. And I just personally, and this is me coming from a Panther fan, I've been a Panther fan all my life. Unfortunately, it's been some good moments, but it's been a lot of down. But
I made the Super Bowl.
I just don't think Bryce is. I don't think he needs to be a Panther quarterback in general. I just don't think it fits him. I don't think the style of play that we have fits him. I don't think our fan base fits him. I obviously don't think our execs and higher ups care about where we actually sit Bryce Young. We gave up a lot for it. It's just it's bad. So I would love to see him at a different team, to be completely honest, and to actually have a fair, clear mind to see where he actually could sit as a quarterback. Because I don't think he's terrible. Do I think he's great? No, but at the same time, they can also be because he's not placed in where he needs to be, so we can see the greatness that he could potentially have. I think he has potential, but I just don't think Panthers can give him that. Huh?
Get rid of everybody.
I mean,
honestly, at this point,
Not
just throw in the
player-wise.
franchise.
I'm talking about staff.
No, I'm talking about the players. The offensive line is garbage. Your receivers are ass. Your running backs skill positions where your defense is atrocious, and the coaches suck. It's the ownership. If you throw Buddy in the paper ball, shoot him for 3, and get him out of here, and y'all will go back to being decent. He sucks. He's the worst owner. Okay. Yeah, he's the worst. Because I was about to say us.
He's not the worst.
He's the worst owner in football.
I thought you was gonna say worst in professional sports.
He might be the worst. If Chicago White Sox weren't so bad, he would be number 1. Chicago suck. I know this ain't a baseball channel, but Chicago they won like 30 games in baseball. How is that even possible? But
long season, man. That's all I can say. Long season. That's how it's possible. Anything's possible.
The Panthers suck, the Chargers suck, and the Eagles are mid. All of our teams are having bad years. It's just first of all, let me
actually let's talk about the Eagles because I really want to hear what you have to say for it. And I only say that because I'm gonna let you talk. I thought y'all would have a better year though, personally.
I agree. But clearly we're too big-headed. But if we could be honest, I saw this happening because Jalen Hurts did the same thing when he played for Bama. He came out the same way after going to a Super Bowl or a championship. He started playing average again.
Right.
I think Jalen Hurts' decision making isn't the best. Sometimes he just be making some of the most radical decisions. I just be like,
I think it's like, I think that's where he needs to grow. I think he was able to make those decisions and have a less margin of error when he was playing in college. Truly, that's how I feel. Now you don't have the same margin of error, though. I mean, yeah, he got benched, of course. I understand that. But I still feel like his sporadic, spontaneous style of play that he was, I feel like that never really grew. That never really evolved. He's evolved as a player, yes, but I don't think his decision-making evolved that much to be in the pros for how long he's been. That's personally me for what I've seen.
I mean, no, because last year he played phenomenal.
He said last year? He mean 2 years ago? Because last year Jalen Hurts played like garbage.
I was gonna say, but he cut out too.
Terrible last year.
All right, I'll bring this up before he comes back. So we were talking about power rankings for this week. We're dead last 32. Chargers 17.
Trash.
And then Eagles are 10. 10, despite everything, 10.
Mm-hmm.
He might just have to keep his cam off if he comes back. I want him to finish what he was saying, so we'll give him some time, and then I want to bring something back up. But what were you about to say?
I just want to talk about my Chargers for a minute.
Go ahead.
It's year 1 of Harbaugh.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting no Super Bowl. I was expecting improvement from the offensive line. It's utterly ridiculous how bad Justin Herbert has to run for his life on one bad ankle because the offensive line is garbage. He got hurt against the Panthers, which still irritates me to this day. A team he shouldn't have to worry about any pressure. I'm not saying the Panthers defense players don't do their job, but I've been sitting here for 20 years, 20 plus years waiting on a run. When am I going to get one? I watched Phillip Rivers miserable for 15 plus years. 15 plus years of Phillip Rivers not being able to do anything because the Chargers organization is a joke.
Flip, put you in the middle, put me to the left.
Now I got to sit here and watch my another superstar quarterback, Justin Herbert, struggle because the offensive line don't block. And before this season, our defense was awful every year. Brandon Staley was a goofy coach. My quarterback has been through three to four head coaches in 5 years.
Yeah,
he doesn't have any stability.
Every year he's almost had someone different.
The ownership is butt. I can't stand the owner. I wish he'll sell the team. And I wish they'd get it together. At some point, wake up. Where is the mental ability? I'm not talking about the players. The players are cool. We got star players. We got Herbert. We got DJ. We got I was like Keenan Allen.
Boza.
Yeah, he gone.
Joey Boza, because he always hurt. Bogus. That's who they should have traded. They should have traded. Said, buddy, you're never available. Get lost. You're never here to play for us. But it's ridiculous. His brother always healthy. Why can't you? Well, not always, but first of all, his brother's better.
I mean, just because his brother doesn't mean he should always be healthy because his brother is.
No, Nick Bosa ain't always the healthiest, but Nick Bosa is, even when not healthy, he's still better.
I mean, he's better. He's better, healthier though.
it's the same garbage I sit through it, bro. We just lost to the Cardinals. The 2-4 Cardinals. We just lost to last week on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, let me find that rank.
How do you lose that game? Like you went in the bad part, they didn't score not one touchdown. All of a sudden, the Cardinals defense turned into the Giants back in the day with LT.
Cardinals ranked 21.
It's ridiculous. And again, Jim Harbaugh is going to. I believe in Harbaugh. I believe he's going to come around and turn it around eventually. I wasn't expecting the Super Bowl this year, but I was expecting the team to be competitive. Granted, we still got a whole season, but at some point, and I've been saying the same thing for 20 years.
Yeah,
20 years, 2 quarterbacks. It's garbage. It's mediocre. It's not going to get the job done. It's annoying.
Yeah. Tim, finish your Eagles thing that you're about to say before you cut out.
I don't even remember what I was about to say.
I mean, you were basically saying that you thought the year was going to go better. You agree with us that it's not going as great as your fan base would have imagined it was. We were talking about Jalen Hurts' weird decision making.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his decision making has never improved. He had one good year, in my opinion, but other than that,
yeah, okay.
And it's also up to Sirianni. He's also just like James Franklin. If you don't at least get a deep playoff run,
you just made a Super Bowl like 2 years ago.
No, you're right. You're right. If we don't get to the Super Bowl, he got to go.
No, I mean, go where and replace with who?
Somebody.
I mean, Tim, y'all ain't been in the drop that long, though.
You want to try 20 years of misery and pain?
Ain't no way.
You want to try 10 years?
Ain't no way we go.
And we ain't even win. At least y'all won. We ain't even win when we went. We got slaughtered.
We lost in the Super Bowl too. What are you talking about?
Y'all also won
the
Super Bowl.
You also won one, is what I'm saying, though.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm not trying to hear he's saying either. You've been to a Super Bowl. I'm not trying to hear none of that from none of y'all. Two Super Bowls. You got one. No. You've been to one.
Bro, that was not competitive at all. The minute that went off, we were done.
You had an MVP quarterback.
I ain't gonna lie, it was Cam Newton.
And a Super Bowl.
We had a great year.
I'm not trying to hear no sympathy from teams that's made the Super Bowl in our lifetime. I'm not trying to hear it.
Yeah, he got to go.
I've been miserable for 20 plus years. 20 years of misery. How long do I got to sit here and wait with another superstar quarterback?
But your team is still better than mine, though.
Better where?
Your team is better than mine.
We might as well be on the same level of mediocrity. We suck. It's the same garbage. I get myself hyped up every year for the same periodic garbage.
For the same garbage.
It's garbage every year. Hate the Chargers.
So this is
starting. Hey, are you starting? I got a question. Are you starting to feel like a Cowboy fan?
Oh God, no. They get themselves hyped up every year on purpose.
But their hype is more delusion. I don't think yours is delusion. I think you just have high hope, as you should. You're a fan. Theirs is like
delusion. Super Bowl, crazy.
Yeah, they be like, hey man, hey, we're going to the bowl this year. What?
No, they say that every year. Hold on, if we could be real though, on paper, it looked like it makes sense, except with the asterisks of
on paper, it don't even
of your boy at quarterback.
Dak ain't awful. He's top 10 quarterback. They just suck, bro. Dallas is terrible.
They just suck. That's all.
To speak on Dak, can we talk about how him and Pat Mahomes got similar stats?
Oh yeah, they do have
checks
stats
too.
Yeah, they do.
Similar checks too.
I mean, we can talk about it. I can make it really quick. They have similar stats, but they look at their team and look how it flows and look at the differences in that completely.
It's Jerry Jones.
I was about to say the same. Well, he took it right out of my mouth. It's Jerry Jones. It's going to be Jerry Jones until he leaves this earth.
I didn't want to try to give the
Jerry Jones do not need to go nowhere because if he was gone.
I love seeing Cowboys struggle. I love it. I love seeing their fans talk all that garbage at the beginning of the year, then come mid-year, they get a better round, and then come playoffs and they get beat first round.
Jerry Jones, you know what you're doing. If you're watching this, you know what you're doing.
It's legit comedy. Every year they do this to themselves. Every year they talk all that garbage throughout the year, make
you're
the playoffs,
a great owner,
and then first round. He ain't won nothing before. Last time he won the championship, none of us was born. Let that sink in. But he still think he can run a team. I felt the same way about wrestling when Vince McMahon was there that long. Like, you ain't got it no more, old man. Get lost. They had to kick him out. So
it did start to get boring.
So this is my last question. Then I'll let y'all kind of pivot to what y'all want to talk about. I wanted to talk about. I don't know if it completely went through yet, but DeAndre Hopkins going to the Chiefs
means absolutely nothing to me.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. He don't need no receivers. There's nothing wrong with getting another receiver, but this ain't the same DeAndre Hopkins.
Let's say this. Let's say this. Hopkins is going to go get a ring. It wouldn't be the other way around. They're still on the way to get a ring if they win, which they're not because they're going to lose to my Eagles.
Oh, please, brother.
Are y'all even going to make it? I'm not even trying to be funny. The Commanders are really good this year. Really good. Jalen Daniels is balling.
We are.
And then the Cowboys, they for some reason, they like to go full throttle mid-season to late to catch up. They always do that.
We're going to beat them 2-0 this year.
I hope y'all do. I hate the Cowboys. I can't stand the Cowboys.
I'm talking about Washington.
He's talking about Washington.
I don't know, but Jalen Daniels bro, buddy's balling. They should have beat the Ravens. They almost beat them. And Ravens have won 5 straight? Commanders on a different level, boy. I did not think Jalen Daniels was going to come through the door and have them winning the way they're winning right now.
2-0.
It's gonna be a good end of the season. I think the NFL seasons, college football year gonna be good too. But NFL gonna have a good end to the year. I still pick the Lions to win the Super Bowl, and I'm still sticking with it because they're really good. The Lions are good. They got that one stupid loss. Also, the Vikings got screwed last night, as we're recording this. The Vikings got screwed. That was clearly face mask, but the referee somehow didn't see that. Vikings fans, y'all going through it again. Y'all do this every year to yourself. Start off strong and then fall apart. Maybe y'all avoid that this year. But trade Justin Jefferson to the Chargers. We'll gladly appreciate it because we need a QB. Wide receiver one.
Don't waste his talent. Come to the Eagles.
Or give me Cooper Kupp. One of them. Somebody. My quarterback need a receiver. Please.
And that might be tough, actually.
McConkey ain't fully developed. McConkey, I think that's what he's a rookie. I'm not expecting him to take that ultra leap in year one. So
ultra
leap receivers.
You need a
He's
line.
really good though, but
yeah.
Do we?
That need to be your main focus. You need a line and an offense and a new offensive line coach.
Everybody hurt. It's the same situation for us. Always. I don't want to talk about it.
Line coach.
He already had his time. Don't make him go through this again.
I hate being a Chargers fan.
It's okay.
You don't hate being a Chargers fan.
Oh no, I hate being a Chargers fan.
You don't have to be a Chargers fan if you hate it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I sat through 10 years of misery with the Magic. I might as well sit through this misery.
No, why would you do that? Why are you choosing to be miserable?
When Clemson was bad, I didn't leave. When the Chargers were great, I was there. When they bad, the 2010s for the most part was pretty bad. I was there. And the Magic, again, I sat through the 2010s of Orlando Magic basketball. I can be faithful to any team. Because Orlando sucked in the 2010s.
Hey, that's one of them Xbox trophies for real life.
Loyalty trophy.
You get that.
Pop up on the bottom of the screen.
Lose every game and stay.
You got my face on the badge.
Y'all have any more NFL takes?
We need to talk about how we need to go back to college and talk about your Gamecocks. We thought you got away with it.
I'm not a Gamecock fan, bro.
It's okay. You thought you got away.
I'm not a Gamecock fan. Actually, but when I went to the fair, when we were down there in Columbia, their stadium is tough. I'm not going to lie. Remember I sent y'all the picture? Did y'all see it?
Yeah, you sent it.
How did y'all feel about it? Did y'all like it?
I mean, it's one of the most impressive stadiums. I like it. It's a nice stadium in college football.
Yeah, it's tough. But
listen here.
I'm not a Gamecock fan, buddy.
We love y'all.
It's okay.
We appreciate y'all. But it's time to end the stream because Magic basketball is on. I got to watch my team. Thank you for watching episode 55. If you guys want more football content, please let us know. We really do enjoy talking about this. It was kind of everywhere, but that's kind of what we do. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. As always, follow all our Instagram, social media down below. It's always going to be in the description below. If you like wrestling content, follow my channel. Obviously, if you like wrestling content, come follow my channel, Wrestling Geek. I'm trying to brand myself as Wrestling Geek, and also appreciate every subscriber I've been getting lately. I've been gaining about 6, 7, 8 subscribers the past few days, so I really appreciate y'all for that. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe as always. I'm about to take the jack off. I'm about to sweat my life away. It's hot. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a very good time.